Okay, so today's video is about two stories that I'm linking into one video. Not that they're super related, but they weren't enough for a separate video, so we're gonna have to put them into one video. But I have a whole planned video for probably Sunday if I can get it up, and it's just like a one topic video about commentary stuff, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement. Also, I just started a podcast. The first podcast episode is out right now on YouTube. I will be adding it to Spotify and Apple later down the line at some point, and normally episodes will be coming out on Monday, but I had a bit of a delay due to a hard drive and I have a special guest on there, so obviously if you want to subscribe and go over to that, go check it out, of course. And also, so many updates. I'm starting a book channel, so that'll be on the screen right now. It's called Angelika's Bookshelf, because that seems to be a moment of conversation. If the camera is any more tilted, everyone's just like, what is on your bookshelf? Tell me right now. So those are going to be coming out every Thursday. So I have a schedule going now. Mondays will be podcast, Tuesday will be this channel, Wednesday will be my makeup channel. If you guys don't know, I just posted a video a few days ago on my beauty channel if you want to check that out. Thursdays will be bookshelf, Fridays will be main channel, and if it's not this channel, main channel, it'll just be any extra additional videos that I have like floating around my laptop, but it will most likely be a drama commentary video. So yeah, that's the schedule. Monday to Friday, you get a video every day, Monday to Friday on different channels. So subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement on all of them. So today's video is very kindly sponsored by Casetify, who have been sponsoring my channel for ages, and I've been using nothing but their phone cases for over a year now. So you can go on casetify.com/Angelika and you'll get 15% off your order. So whether it's for you or for someone else, you'll get a huge discount. So Casetify offers protection as well as style, but you can pick from all the different colors. You can customize your phone cases. You can have matte, sheer, clear, shiny, anything you can think of is on casetify.com. They are drop tested and antimicrobial, which means they eliminate 99% of bacteria, and they're also doing their part to save the planet by making their products out of recycled materials. So all impact and ultra impact cases are made of 65% recycled material. The impact and ultra impact phone cases are the world's slimmest and most protective phone case out there. It actually offers 3 times military grade protection, which is very important for me because I'm very clumsy. So the impact phone cases are 6.6 feet drop tested, and the ultra impact are 9.6 feet drop tested, which is literally taller than I can even reach. So I don't know how I would ever get 9.6 feet of a drop, but it's there and it's protecting me. And the reason why they're so protective is because of the Chi-Tech technology that is in the phone cases. So like I said, go on casetify.com/Angelika and get 15% off. So let's get back into the tea. So the first story for today is Ethan Klein. So H3 obviously has a podcast. Ethan and Ela were talking about the Oscars. So obviously you guys don't know, recently there was the Oscar Awards ceremony at which Chris Rock was the presenter, you know, the guy that always tells the jokes. He was the comedian. He was the picked comedian for the night. It's kind of his job, like comedians do at these Oscar Awards, to poke fun at the audience. And by the audience, I mean actors and famous people. However, sometimes the line may be crossed, and you guys let me know if you think the line was crossed in this award ceremony, because Chris Rock actually pointed out Will and Jada and started making jokes about them. Will Smith and Jada Smith, of course. And Jada Smith had actually recently talked about the fact that she was going through alopecia, so that's like chronic hair loss. You just lose hair, whether that's, you know, hair on your head and eyebrows and eyelashes, and yeah, it's just like a chronic illness. She had shaved her head bald so that, you know, she doesn't have like patches of hair missing, because that's usually what happens with alopecia. You don't lose kind of all of your hair, you lose bits of your hair, or, you know, just certain areas get lost. So she had ended up shaving her whole head to kind of even it out. Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Smith being in G.I. Joe, which is a movie about a woman that shaves her head bald. In that moment, Will Smith gets really angry because he sees that Jada gets really angry, gets up on stage and slaps Chris Rock across the face, and then actually wins an award. So he has to go up on stage and be like, I'm so sorry to the Academy for slapping Chris Rock, but he did talk about my wife, so my bad. Now, there are people on two different sides of things. So there are some people saying Will Smith was absolutely in the right to defend his wife. The joke was out of line, the joke was disgusting, like Will Smith is a hero for basically defending his wife. And then there are people on the other side saying it's comedy dying. So people on the other side saying, if just because you don't like a joke doesn't mean you have to get up on stage and assault someone, and that this sets a negative or / dangerous precedent for comedy shows. You know, what if you're watching a comedy show and you don't like the joke, are you going to get up on stage and slap someone across the face? Like, is that, you know, what's going to happen from now on? So people are on two different sides of things. And I actually just finished watching Philip DeFranco's new video where he puts up a poll on the screen about how 3 out of 5 Americans agree with Chris Rock. But then the statistic also gets very interesting when you look at ages. The older you are, the more you agree with Chris Rock, which I'm assuming is because the older generation thinks the comedy is dying and they think most jokes should just be accepted, whether dark humor or not. I feel like it's the newer generations that are more aware of what can offend people and what can't offend people, but that's kind of a stereotype. And then with the polls, the younger someone is, the more they agree with Will Smith, which agrees with the fact that our generation seems to be more progressive and more in tune with what is appropriate to joke about and what isn't, whereas the older generations think that anything can be joked about regardless of who it offends, which kind of seems to line up with the polls, right? Like, you know, the older people are saying Will Smith's in the wrong because comedy is dying and like we should let people make jokes about whatever they want to, and the younger generation agrees with Will Smith, saying, you know, some things deserve a slap. There you go. And there are just some other people that are on either side of things. Even people that were in attendance of the Oscar awards are now slowly releasing statements and being like, we agree or we don't agree with whichever side. Chris Rock apparently apologized to the other presenters and just other people, basically saying like, I'm so sorry, this is going to take attention away from you guys. And Will Smith has actually posted an apology on his social media saying, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I'm a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. So that's his statement for the whole thing. Now, why am I talking about this? Because it happened a few days ago, and I am not a celebrity channel. You might be wondering, because Ethan Klein is actually being heavily called out for his recent coverage of the story. So he did a live stream of his podcast, as he usually does, and he ended up basically completely siding with Chris Rock and completely going against Will and saying that his behavior was totally inappropriate. And a lot of the comments are now branding Ethan as racist, due to obviously Jada being a black woman and there being that constant attack on black women's hair, and it just being a thing of like Will's just defending a black woman in her hair. Like, people basically saying that the fact that Ethan is now defending Chris Rock is going against Will and Jada as a black woman as well. So there were a lot of comments calling Ethan racist, or saying that his comments were completely inappropriate and that he shouldn't have sided with Chris Rock. Also, people are once again commenting on the fact that Ethan seems to be talking to his crew in a really strange way. So I remember I was covering this last time. There was one episode, I think it was, I believe, episode 68, don't quote me on that, where he ended up snapping at his crew for disagreeing with him on a topic. It was about the Kardashians and the recent Kim Kardashian drama, and people were just saying how they were really disappointed in how Ethan talks to his crew. And with this story, once again, and I believe it was AP that was like, oh, like I would express an opinion, but like I don't really want to right now. I'm assuming he wanted to disagree with Ethan, and Ethan was like, yeah, just don't talk. And people thought it was really odd to have your crew be a part of the show, but then they can't ever really express opinions. Does that make sense? Like, what is the point of having your crew there? Not just behind the camera, but like in front of the camera, if they're too scared to even disagree with you because they're scared you're going to snap at them. So I do agree that Ethan has been kind of crossing the line recently with his crew. I just think the way he treats them on camera, a bit inappropriate. A little bit inappropriate, if you ask me. Now, you guys let me know, what do you think about Will and Chris, like that situation on its own? And then what do you think about Ethan's coverage of Chris and Will? So I feel like those two stories are kind of interlinked and people have varying opinions about everything. Ethan recently also defended his coverage of the story, basically just saying that he thinks this sets a really bad precedent for comedy shows and comedy clubs, and that he's not going to take his comments back regardless of what people think, and that he does not believe that he's a racist due to his comments. That is basically his statement. The second story for today is Shane Dawson. So Ryland, on his Ryland Vlogs channel, recently posted a vlog called Having a Baby, the First Step. They were talking basically about the different ways that they're considering having a child, whether that be an egg donor or adoption, etc. And then actually later on down the vlog, they talk about the fact that they have now decided on an egg donor, so that does mean that they are in current progress of like having a child. Then they were doing like a Q&A in the car, and Shane Dawson actually discusses involving his child on social media, and basically talks about how like that's the last thing he wants to do, because everyone hates Shane and he doesn't want people to, by association, also hate his child and like talk really badly about his child on the internet. So basically I'm wondering if the kid's going to be present on social media at all. Like Rylan seems to be a little bit more open to the idea of posting the kid online. Like he talks about how there are some people that do it really well and in like a really appropriate way, but Shane seemed to be completely against the idea of posting his kid on the internet, and just how like that, how damaging that could be to the kid, all things considered, because Shane isn't very liked on the internet right now, at least not by everyone. So what do you guys think? Like I just wonder if Shane's gonna finally decide to post the kid on the internet, if it like gets enough views. Like is that going to be like a pulling point for him if he like posts a video of the kid and it does well? Is he going to keep on doing it? Is it going to turn into like an Ace family thing, or is he going to stick with his guns and not post the kid on the internet, which I think would be a very smart idea, because I just think it's dangerous and inappropriate. And it's kind of what my video on Sunday is going to be about, if I actually get it up on Sunday. It's about child stuff, family channels. Wink wink. I'm not gonna wink for you guys because I'm actually really terrible at winking, so I think it relates to my Sunday video or the next video I've got planned up. Yeah, I just hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I hope they don't post the kid on the internet, but Rylan seems to be a lot more open to it, so people are now wondering like, is this gonna be another child exploitation situation? Is that what we're doing on the internet now? But I hope not, and I wish them luck, and I wish them all the best on their child journey. So that will actually be it for today's video. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.